Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a penny turn red. Can't let that shit go in my head, wargaming.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to Hobby Homies. That's not what I normally say.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
No, it is.
Hey guys, welcome to
Hobby Homies.
I'm Shane. This is Fox.
Hey, what's
with
up?
beers. And of course, we have Churchy.
We're a tabletop podcast.
We missed 1 week and I've just forgotten everything.
Like everything in general.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Who
because
are
you've
you
been
and
really
why
stupid.
am I in this place?
And do you have a safe?
No.
What are we doing?
Today, we have tried a new sort of segment that we're working on.
Yep.
I say a segment, it's more like a concept.
Okay.
It is X teaches Y.
Yeah.
This instance was Shane
Your ex.
teaches Fox.
Yep.
Air quotes there.
Yeah, big air quotes.
Canny Road Z.
Excellent. Now, before we get into all the nitty gritty,
Yes.
people may be thinking, so County Road Z is like a zombie survival post-apocalyptic game,
Yes, it is.
which we'll talk more about. We'll hear about your thoughts as someone who's played it multiple times.
2 times.
Yep. Twice as much
Was
as
it
me.
obvious?
Yeah, that was very obvious. Painfully obvious, in fact. My thoughts as a first impressions and then what we like, dislike, etc., etc.
Yes.
The listeners will hear about all of that. But they're probably thinking, who on earth is this Shane guy? And how does he have the audacity to teach from a place of authority about the zombie
I have no
apocalypse?
authority.
No, that's a lie. I believe you do. And we're going to prove it to them with a new segment I like to call Sogaladbufsith.
That's what I was trying to read, and you laughed at me.
Yeah.
You ridiculed me.
Sogaladbufsith,
So glad disfisible.
which is aptly named because that stands for. So this segment is called
Okay.
Survive or Get Eaten Like a Delicious Sausage from the Lara Butchers.
From the Lara Butchers,
Yeah.
great butcher. That's where I get my pulled pork from.
Well, this episode, this segment is actually brought to you by the Lara Butchers.
Oh, good.
So, the way this segment works, Shane,
Yep.
and this is to cement your authority as someone who's a master of surviving post-apocalyptic situations.
Okay, continue.
I'm going to read you some scenarios, just a couple scenarios, give you some options on what you want to do,
Okay.
and then explain what plays out based on your options.
All right, sweet.
You ready?
Yeah, let's
You got
do it.
your bug out bag ready to go?
It's inside, but yeah.
You are packing your bug out bag.
Yep.
And only have
Well,
room.
hang on. Sorry. It's always packed, but okay.
Yeah, but you've just thought, okay, well now stuff's getting real.
Okay.
Since I packed it last time, there's a few things I need to pack
Need to update
extra.
the list. Yeah. Just
So-
cycle out things. Med kits need to be replaced.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
You're
Yeah.
freshening it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you've finished packing it up, but you've got room for one last item.
Okay.
What do you take of the following?
Centurion battle tank.
Of the following.
Okay.
I've seen your bug out bag. It's not that big. Rope. A second bandage. Or some camo netting.
So first of all, it's funny that you would assume I only have one bandage and not have rope already.
This is additional.
Okay, so it's extra rope.
It might be. You've packed a lot of stuff. Now that
Yeah.
you've seen the situation in front of you,
Yeah.
your eyes have been opened.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, do I take the rope? If I do, I can't fit a second bandage or my camo netting. So anyways, rope, a second bandage, or some camo netting.
I'm going to say camo netting.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yep.
I'm glad. All right. So, flash forward to you've been doing some exploring around Lara.
Yep.
You want to see the situation.
Okay, yeah.
You were chased by a few zombies down behind APCO service station.
Being Lara, I probably know these zombies.
Yeah, exactly. You do.
Yeah.
You can see
Who
them.
is it?
Oh, it's a myriad of people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all
Andrew
sorts.
from the butcher.
Yep, Andrew's there
Yeah,
for sure. Lou.
Oh, yeah, Louis.
Yep.
Haven't seen him for a while.
And what's that last at the Commonwealth Bank? Benita. So you were chased by Lou, Benita, and whoever you said behind the APCO service station.
Okay, yeah.
You turn the corner and find more zombies at the other end staring at you. You're trapped. You know
Yeah.
that little gap behind APCO?
Yeah, like the weird drive around bit.
Yeah. So you ran around there, zombies in front of you, zombies
It's a bad
behind
idea
you.
because there's basically walls on
I mean,
each
you
side.
did it. You don't just say it's a bad idea. You've decided, okay, this is a bad idea. Now I need to get out of this situation.
Yep.
So, do you scale the fence to your right, the small little colorbond fence?
Yeah, which goes into the back of the train line.
Correct. Do you try to climb to the roof on your left, or do you fight your way through the smaller group of zombies?
What weapon do I have?
You got your backpack and your spare hands.
Okay, my spare hands.
Yeah, you got 2 hands. Both of them are spare at this moment because they're not doing anything.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm going over that fence.
All
Roof
right.
is a bad idea.
So you jump over the fence.
Yep.
You jump over the fence.
Yep.
You clear it.
Yeah.
You leap.
Oh, just vaulting over that
You
fence.
vault like 5 foot in the air.
Yeah. It's like a high
Land.
jump in high school all over again.
You land on broken glass.
I've got boots on.
It's sharp. Sharp glass. Didn't mention you lost your boots. All right. So you jump over.
Yep.
Cut yourself. You're bleeding bad, but you got a bandage.
How bad? Like artery bad?
It's pretty bad. It's not artery bad. It's like nerve bad.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hurts
You copped
like
it.
a motherfucker.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got some time. You
Yeah.
crouch down. You pick it out.
Yeah.
You got your bandage from your med kit.
Pick it out with
and
my
you-
bare hands. What kind of machine do you think I am?
You're a machine, according to this.
Tears.
You wrap yourself up.
Sounds like my wife's home.
Wow. Someone's backing it up. All right, so fix yourself up with your only bandage.
Yep.
And you carry on to the train tracks, okay? Where you find yourself face to face with a militia gang.
Oh, okay. Survivors.
Survivors. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you? You can tell they're quite hostile, judging by how they've responded to your presence. This is
happy.
Australia. They don't have guns per se.
Yeah.
But they're angry. They're
Maybe
just
like one has their
like a 22 or
granddad's
something.
22.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So do you A, plead with them to take you in, assert dominance by punching the biggest member of the gang, or cheese it? This is, again, to cement yourself as the master of zombie survival situations.
You know what?
Your tact and poise is going to guide you through.
Let's cheese it, dude.
You're going to cheese it?
Oh, I have to.
You run back through the broken glass.
No, hang on. There are more than ways to go. This isn't just some text-based RPG.
You're like, I've got to go. I came from south, and now I'm retreating south. And as a result, I've stood over the broken glass again.
There's a should have brought second advantage.
And as it fades to black, you think to yourself, gosh, I wish I had a second bandage. Now, nevertheless, because this episode is sponsored by the Lara Butchers.
What deal have you signed with the butcher? Because
I walked
I
into
ain't
the butcher.
seen no sausage money.
Well, you may change your tune. Churchy, present Shane with his prize as presented to us by the Lara Butchers. You've won yourself 3 sausages because that's all they would give us for free to sponsor our episode.
Wow, I mean, they've got the Armada Ziploc bags.
Yeah, they do. Actually, they gave us 5 sausages, but I had 2 for dinner. So you get 3.
What am I going to do with these?
You're going to eat them because it's survive or get eaten by a delicious...
These are quality sausage.
They are.
Churchy, this has been probably 15 minutes. We haven't even spoken about Canny Road Z yet, am I right?
It's zombie survival stuff. It's relevant. We'll put this back in the fridge for you.
Yeah, that's starting to smell.
So Shane, what is County Road Z?
Well, Canny Road Z, unlike this fictional scenario you've played out, this is a fictional game created by Jordan Heckman
For us to play out.
It is a rural zombie survival game. Emphasis on the rural. Everything is based in the country towns.
Just like my scenario.
Just like Lara was a country town. We now have 2 service stations.
And a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a solo or cooperative tabletop wargame. Emphasizing on base building, character creation, RPG elements that carry on between missions.
Cool.
And yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Uses a D10 system, which is pretty cool.
I did notice that.
And this really interesting aggressive/passive zombie mechanic, where zombies start off as passives, where they're sort of just in a trance almost, in sleeping.
Yeah. Just kind of roaming
They get
around,
angry.
licking a tree or whatever they were doing.
Yeah, whatever.
Just chilling.
Zombie stuff.
Chase zombie stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes you think.
Yeah.
So you taught me how to play.
Yes, again, emphasis on taught.
Is it?
It was much of me relearning.
Yeah.
Because it's been a little while since I've played.
Yeah.
I tried a sort of just a flick through the rules before we started, but there was a
Obviously
couple of things that just caught me. You're like, what if I do this? And I'm like, Yep.
I love that you say.
Flicking through the
There's a couple things that caught me out. One of which was like how zombies work.
As zombies fight back, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh crap, what do they roll?
I was like, it looks like he's really.
Their attack score is 0, right? Which is like a modifier.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's 0. What do they hit on?
I don't know. You tell me. It was 6, by the way.
Apparently, it's the defense of the survivor. But anyway,
Right, that makes sense.
yeah.
So you taught me and Churchy.
Yes.
You had 4 little survivors for us to play as. We played as Fox, Shane, Churchy, and Jordan, the hero.
Yep.
We had a ute that had broken down.
Well, yeah.
Well, it was ran out of oil.
Yeah,
Or
ran out
fuel.
of oil.
Specifically oil.
Seized.
It
Yep.
seized up.
Yep.
We needed some fuel or oil or miscellaneous people parts.
Yeah. Just various
Spark plugs.
mechanics.
That's a thing.
The mission was the starting mission, which is securing a new base.
Oh, cool.
It's like a home base.
Sure.
So the mission that I play out for you guys was that you come across this little farmhouse.
Yeah, it was a great table, by the way.
Yeah, it was
Cute
pretty
little
cool. Used
trees.
Some of our good terrain there.
Nice little wood cabin.
Yeah.
A Hot Wheels car.
Yes. Well, some diecast. I know it's Kmart.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know how hard it is to find a vehicle in like close enough to 28mm scale?
I don't, because I've never looked.
Insanely difficult.
Oh, there you go.
Everything's too big or too small.
That makes sense.
Thanks to Ollie, one of our homies, he pointed me in the direction of them.
Where'd you find it? Kmart.
Kmart.
What do you say, them? There's only one car there. Is
That kind.
Okay. There's not, you didn't buy more than one.
I bought one because I didn't have a model on me, and I was like, this looks pretty good, but I don't want to buy 4 of them to find out they're no good.
Totally.
You know, because like if I had, and I could have just like donated them to your son.
Yeah, or sort of
but
just
I
like
do not have children.
kind of
so-
guesstimated what 3 centimeters is. But I mean, each to their own.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
It works pretty good.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a pickup truck.
I used it for cover.
It's an F250, I think.
Oh, okay.
a big old yank
It's
tank.
a bit small
Yeah.
for an F-250.
Yeah, maybe it's an F150. I don't know, man.
I'm just making shit up.
It's a Ford.
It's a Ford.
It's a Ford.
So, that's cool. So
Yeah.
that mission was like an introductory mission, get your
Yeah.
base type thing.
Yeah, there was heaps of mechanics that we didn't use. It was basically just an open shooting range. There wasn't a whole lot of terrain there.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't expect you guys to get into melee combat.
Oh, okay.
I thought you guys would just pick everything off. Having all the 4 survivors having firearms.
Yeah.
You know, like you can equip some with just melee weapons and try to treat them as more like sneaky, stealthy. Maybe give them like bladed weapons, which are like more of a stealthy kind of kill.
Sure.
And try to avoid combat.
Yeah.
Or we basically kitted them up just going guns blazing.
Is that typical, like the loadout we had where it was we each had a melee and a gun? Or when you're doing your sort of first gang, is it usually like a little bit light on?
You would probably have it light on.
Sure.
So there are modifiers we didn't use, like the starting weapons are all a -1 to their roll.
Ah, okay. That would have been big.
Yeah,
made a
that would have
difference.
changed heaps because there were so many rolls of 6 that you guys did.
Yeah.
Which would have, not
Failed.
You would have failed. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So I thought maybe that's going to be a bit too rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it rough.
I know.
So the rougher the better,
The
I
rougher,
guess.
the better.
I think that would have been good. So let's go do that again.
Yeah.
It was,
Grab it.
that's the tricky thing when we first play a game and you're teaching us or we're doing an intro mission or whatever. It's
Yeah.
kind of very beginner level.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
kind of Churchy and I just ran forward with our eyes closed and just shot things and it kind of all worked out.
Yeah.
The mission was cool. Like you had to get in the house and barricade up the door.
Yeah, so there was three different objectives to where you could succeed, and one where you could fail.
Yeah.
So clearing the table obviously is a win. Being inside and barricading, like you said.
Yeah.
Or being inside with no zombies within a certain range.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Which was cool. It's always great to have alternate ways to win.
Yeah.
They all ended up like I guess we could have technically won any of those 3 ways.
Yeah.
Because at the end there was just one zombie left.
There was. You know what I wasn't doing? Spawning new zombies every turn.
Yeah, no, I
Forgot about that.
it was turn 3. I was like, I thought he said at least one came in every turn.
It's supposed to, yeah. And it uses a really cool deployment mechanic where you sort of treat the table as an X and Y axis and
Yeah.
you roll dice and it generates like a coordinate. on the
sweet.
map. So you'll roll once for your y-axis and you multiply it by 3. So, you might roll a 5 on your D10. So then that goes to 15. And then you roll again for your x-axis and it might go to like 7. So you measure that out.
Oh, you go 15 and 7.
Yeah, and it makes a coordinate. And then that's where that zombie will spawn.
Drop ships in.
Just plummets in from the mothership.
Gets up because it's dead.
Yeah,
Impact
exactly.
doesn't kill it.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's played on a 30 by 30 size table.
Okay.
Obviously bigger than Necropolis we played recently.
Yeah.
But it's still a small table.
Yeah. That felt like the right size because you could load it up with zombies. It felt the right amount of enemies.
Yeah.
Do some missions have more or less or than what you had on the table?
Yes.
Like, how was that determined?
So that was the starting mission. Starts with 10 zombies on the table.
Okay.
You generate them all in their location randomly, which is what I did.
Oh, sweet.
And then, one spawns every turn. There
that's
are a whole
cool.
bunch of zombies we didn't use that have, like, abilities.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely adds an element to it. Like, you can have, like, bloaters and, like, runners.
Oh, sweet.
Zombies that, like, explode.
Nice.
There's one called, like, the Rat King, which is, like, he
King
has
of
like
rats.
plague rats and he like controls them around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're like bosses, I guess you could call them.
Yeah, cool.
I kind of like my zombies just to be slow and shambling.
I like my zombies like I like my coffee. Dead and in a cup.
Dead and trying to bite me.
Yeah. Got some bite to it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good because like the first mission, my first impressions was,
Yeah, of course.
you move, you shoot.
Yeah.
You move, you shoot.
It's like everything.
Sometimes, if you're feeling extra spicy, you'll shoot.
Oh, move. Yeah.
Sometimes you'll shove, but I wouldn't recommend it because it doesn't do anything.
Unless you're on a roof.
I do like that the zombies react
Yeah.
to noise and things like that,
Yeah.
and that they move from a passive state to an aggressive, to a alert state, and then to an aggressive one. Is that how it works?
Well, it's got passive and aggressive.
All right,
So
sure.
so when they go from passive to aggressive, they don't activate anymore. They
Oh,
basically
okay.
just like switch stance,
Okay.
right? And then they go. So you could treat it like an alert kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, it's just going from passive, which is they're kind of like in a trance. They're kind of sleeping. They just sort of stand. They don't move. They just sort of stand around.
Yep.
And then they go, oh, hang on, there's food coming. Yeah,
And I
Uber
like-
Eats has arrived.
I like that they Uber Eats. We've delivered ourselves to their door. Literally, that was the goal.
Exactly.
Get inside the house.
Yep.
I did like too that they sort of aggressive ones will move towards passive ones and hoard up
Yeah.
and alert them and be like, "Hey, yo, bro, come have
Lunch
a
is
snack."
here.
Yeah. Did you not hear the bell? The lunch is here. It's at the door.
Yep.
So that's a cool. There's a few cool mechanics in there that I was like, this will be good. Because it's campaign driven. The introductory mission's super light.
It's always real basic. I like that it had the various different ending conditions.
yeah,
Most of them just have one condition, which is like just kill everything.
yeah,
This had some variants. You could get inside and barricade the door.
Yeah.
Barricading is a whole sort of mechanic as well, where zombies have to try and then break the barricades down
that's cool.
when they need to roll basically like a skill check.
I like the idea of having missions where you're inside the house and trying to defend it,
Yeah.
shooting out the windows and
Yep.
barricading stuff up, and
Something like where you try to survive like a wave after wave would be kind of cool too, I reckon.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be sweet. Having flicked through the rules and even doing a video where you talk to the creator, Jordan.
Yep.
Oh, that's why you called that one Jordan.
He's the hero.
There you go. That makes sense. That makes sense. It's like, what a random name. Of all the
It's like
friends.
Fox, Shane, Churchy. I don't know, Jordan. Yeah.
I was like, maybe that's some sort of hero Shane idolizes from when he was young.
It is.
It
The
is.
creator of Kenny Beach.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's why it was so good too.
He was. Yep.
I like that it has RPG elements as well. Like
Yeah.
I saw, we didn't really use them, but I saw that we had strength and dexterity and intelligence,
Yes.
and our weapon and skills and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What other things in the book would have you? Because you've talked about wanting to do a little bit of a solo campaign of this for a while.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What
yeah.
are the things that excite you most from what you've seen in this hardcover deliciousness?
Oh.
Where can you buy this, by the way?
Wargame Vault.
using our affiliate link.
Absolutely.
There
Link
you
in the
go.
description. Yeah, the
What a plug.
hardcover book was on sale a little while ago. It was like 15 USD.
Oh, wow.
So, yep, snagged it. Took maybe, in Australia, obviously, down here, so it took like maybe 4 weeks to get here.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty quick.
Time enough for people to get survivors and zombies and paint them up and
Absolutely.
build some tables.
Yeah, yeah. So one thing I love about that the most is the base building aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's the same as Parsecs. It's kind of the outside of the game. You
Yeah.
know, you've got your tabletop element, which Jordan has called the tactical.
The tactical layer.
The tactical layer, and then there's the strategic layer, which is everything happens outside of the game. So you can equip your survivors, you can give them skills, you can train, you can do stuff like that, which to help better you for the next mission.
There's a planning phase where you can assign facility staff and project team.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah.
cool.
Facilities can generate resources. They can craft weapons. Yeah, they
That's
can do
cool.
all kinds of stuff. There's like threats, like siege threats, where you might get attacked by your base, might get attacked by zombies.
That's cool.
So you might do like a base defense mission.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I like it. You in the management phase, you check for rot, feed survivors, assign beds, figure unrest, check storage, check the
Yeah.
horde,
Yep.
departures. It's like State of Decay, the tabletop game.
Yes. Yeah.
For those who have played that.
Unrest is like you're if
And now I will have. I am the.
You are
the frame.
what is it called?
Yeah, an easel.
Yeah.
It's not so easel, is it? It should be called a hardle.
It's terrible. It's awful. Yeah, so unrest, like your survivors may sort of like leave or they get unhappy if things are going bad. People are dying. Rot is what they call the infection.
Yeah,
So
wow.
your survivors can turn. They can turn in the base. Then therefore they might kill someone else or infect someone else.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. So much outside of the game as well as on the game that we didn't even look at in
That's
our
cool.
little playthrough.
This would be cool, like a little cool cooperative campaign.
That's the word.
That's the word.
Yeah.
It eluded
Yeah,
me.
absolutely. There are different tiers of survivors as well. Like hero is like level 4, which is the top tier.
Yeah.
Then they go down to leaders level 3, and then rookies down at level 1.
Oh, cool.
And level 1 can only have 1 skill. Level 4 can have up to 4 skills.
That makes sense.
So there are ways to sort of
Yeah, it does have a nice RPG element too. So I do like that. I'm curious about how some of the skills would work when you get into like the more difficult missions that require you to actually think.
Yeah.
And not just run and gun.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Is there how many missions are there? Or are they sort of like procedurally generated?
Yeah, so there's a campaign you can follow, which I think has like maybe 6 or 8 missions in it.
Okay, cool.
Which is like basically a story that's already in there.
Sweet.
And then you can do your own, which you might pick and choose which kind of missions you want to do. There's a fair few. I'm going to say there's maybe 10
Yeah,
in the
sweet.
back, and then there's like chances of your siege threat increasing. So you might do maybe 2 or 3 missions. Oh, your base is getting attacked. So your next
sweet.
mission is going to be a siege mission.
Cool.
And then you'll fight the zombies off, and then you may do it a couple more. Maybe you get attacked again or something like that. Or you might do a mission where you go to secure a new base.
Yeah.
Because there's different bases you can have. Like the starting base is just like a small little house, like farmhouse, I guess.
Yep.
It's got like 3 rooms, like 2 bunk rooms and like a kitchen. You
Cool.
can get other bases that have like storage rooms, and like you can get bases in like hydroelectric dams where they generate
wow.
power, and you basically
That's sick.
build a little colony or a little community.
Yeah, I like that it
Yeah.
had assigned beds because that suggests you need to have enough beds to actually house all the survivors that you might have.
Yeah, if they're not sleeping in beds, then they generate unrest. Yeah,
Because they're not sleeping.
No, they're very tired.
Unrestful. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
What are some things, having, again, flicked through the rules, and what are some things where you're like, I wish it did this? Any dislikes?
I wouldn't say it's a dislike. You know what? I dislike the noise mechanic for firearms.
Okay.
I feel like a noise mechanic, like the radius that they generate, like for a handgun, is only 8 inches.
Yeah, okay.
Unless it was like silenced,
Yeah.
you know.
It should be the whole table.
It should be. I think honestly, firing any firearm should be the whole table.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what. If you're firing a little 22 handgun,
Yeah.
you're going to hear it from one side of the house to the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's it is a small board and firing even shotguns and rifles should alert the entire table.
Yeah.
Handguns maybe could be 15 inches or something like that.
Because if you were to zoom into this table from one end to the other and walk it,
It's like someone's
50
backyard.
meters?
Yeah.
At most,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
50 meters from end to end.
Yeah.
So, like, you're going to hear a thing.
We live maybe 10 Ks from a shooting range, and on a clear day, you can hear that shooting range.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true.
So, like, I think
That would be a really cool, because
Yeah.
that would bring a lot of tension, because you can kind of game it the way it is at the moment. You're like, oh, I'll just move.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'm... Excuse me. I'll make sure I'm 8 inches.
You got the rut, dude.
You've triggered me. I've got the rut. You can be like, all right, I'll make sure I'm 8 inches from that zombie
Yeah.
before I shoot my pistol, or 9 inches before I shoot my pistol, so I
Yeah.
don't trigger it, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas if it was like, anytime you shoot a gun, that's going to turn every zombie on the
Yeah.
thing to aggressive.
Maybe you can get upgrades for weapons like silencers.
That'd be cool.
You know, then the range, maybe it comes down to what it is. Obviously, you couldn't silence a shotgun, but like
You could try.
know, a rifle or a
Just
handgun.
cover it like you do a fart. Just cough when you shoot the shotgun.
No one will hear that. Yeah, of course.
Although in theory, if the cough is loud enough to cover the shotgun, they probably just heard the cough.
Yeah, true.
So I mean,
Yeah.
paper thin my logic as usual.
Works
Yeah.
in theory, though.
Yeah, it works in theory. I think it's doable. We'll test it.
Try it. We'll field test it.
We'll field test it. Find a zombie, find a shotgun, find a cough.
Yep.
Should be easy.
Done.
So, why do you think you've only played 2 games of that so far?
My excuse was, and I had a really good chat in the Discord the last couple of days, was that I didn't have... I kept making excuses not to play. I was like, I haven't got models. I haven't got terrain. I painted models. Oh, I haven't got terrain.
Sure.
I haven't got cars. And I'm like, I'm just making up excuses, you know? And
This was what the discussion was like in the Discord.
It was, yeah.
Making excuses for why we don't play games.
yeah. It's always like, oh, I haven't got the models for it. I haven't got the terrain for it. You know, and then maybe you get halfway there and you still find yourself making different excuses.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to time. But like, yeah, for me, for the most part, it was I didn't have models and then I didn't have the terrain. And I'm just thinking, like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who, like, especially if I'm playing a solo game with just me.
Yeah.
Like, of course it looks good on the table when it's all painted up and all nice, but like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think there's some validity in the reason we make these excuses, because when we buy a game, we've got an image of us playing it in our head.
Yeah.
You know, we've got this immersive. We're like, oh, you know, you play Parsecs, you're like, oh, it's gonna be so cool. And I got my sci-fi people
Yeah.
and aliens, and we're fighting in this cool sci-fi terrain with these cool enemies. And unless you can deliver that in the way you've got in your head, I can see it being very easy to make excuses for like, oh, my terrain's not painted, because the barrier is, it's not going to look like it does in my head. The reason I got into this game and the scenes I imagine, I can't deliver on. So I think there is validity, but at the same time, it's like, well, then we're just going to be where we're at and never play games.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we're not going to paint the terrain.
Nah, who paints the terrain?
Churchy doesn't paint the terrain.
Nah.
Wouldn't catch him doing it.
Yeah, so that's been my excuse. And, you know, the other games that have come and you know, been interested in, like, maybe they've had an easier or what I've made out to be a lower, you know, level of entry.
Yeah.
An easier sort of barrier to achieve. And then it's just like, yeah, I just sort of kept pushing it back, you know, and then I said, you know what, bugger it. Let's do it. Let's play what we got, which is 99% of a table, really. Yeah. You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, you'll just have to paint some minis now.
Well,
yeah. You don't have to. We proved that.
I decided to throw on the ones that Ollie printed for me, give those a bit of a whirl.
It didn't diminish the game.
No.
Having unpainted models.
No, it didn't.
So, I know people think that's heresy, but alas, here we are.
Here we are.
I remember, it feels like an eternity ago that you got this like little camp set that you painted, and you're like, that's for County Road Z.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, cool.
Yep.
And then this is the first I've heard of it since.
Yeah.
So I saw the little wood
Wood chop
thing.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yep.
Little axe and a stump.
There's just tiny little details like that really just like tie a table off, I think.
I would love to play this again.
Yep.
With all the rules.
Yeah.
and like the base building thing. And it's a great game too, because like we can all, you, Churchy, myself, Rory, Jimmy, whoever's here,
Yeah.
can have a character that lives in the Survivor thing.
Yeah.
When they're here, we can bring it out, play the campaign.
They may not go out in every mission. They might just go out in some.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and we can fill them in next time they're here. Oh, hey, by the way, because that game took, I mean, you taught us, and it took no time at all. Tortoise. It's an animal.
Yes, it is. Do you know if you put turtles in refrigerators, they go into hibernation?
Really?
Yep.
Sleepy turtles.
Yep.
And how long can they be in hibernation for?
Apparently months.
Oh, it's less
Don't
than I
quote me
thought.
on it. Like, I'm not going to do it.
But if you, is that what that smell was?
That's sausages.
And they smell great. Thanks, Lara Butcher. Thank you for your free sausages. I mean, 3.
three for free.
Yeah. Is that like snails? Snails go into hibernation for like 3 years. They can sleep for up to 3 years.
That's a long time.
I don't know what happens if you put them in your fridge, though. Maybe the French eat them.
Maybe. Of course. Where do they keep them?
Yeah, true.
Next to the frog legs.
If you have played County Road Z and have some insights into it, we would love to hear from you in our Discord,
Yeah.
which you can find the links for on hobbyhomies.com.
Yes, one word. .com.
.com is one word. It is, yep. HTTPS www, which stands for the World Wide Web.
Oh, the World
For
Wide Web.
The Zoomers.
What a wonderful thing.
Yeah. It should be called the Wonderful World Wide Web, but they ran out of W's.
They couldn't afford the
The fourth,
yeah.
It's like $1 billion.
Back then, it was so expensive.
Yeah, letters cost a lot. Remember, you could only text 128 characters, and then it was like, oh, you're on to
It's
page
like,
2.
Oh, yeah, message 2.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, better delete. I don't want to spend the extra 23 cents or whatever it is.
God, no.
Damn, we're old. Anyways, jump in the Discord if you too are old and out of touch.
Yep.
Or if you are a YouTubian, leave us a comment. Have you played County Road Z? What is the campaign like when you're 10 games deep? That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah. There's one fella, Isaiah from World of Wargaming. He's got a YouTube channel, and he has been doing a campaign, County Road Z campaign, for a while now.
Sweet.
And he does awesome missions, very very nice looking tables, narrates it very well also.
Sweet.
And he's a massive part of the County Road Z community, so check him out.
Yeah, and if you want more County Road Z content, give this episode a thumbs up.
Yep.
Comment, say me likey, so then we know that you likey, and we can do more County Road Z
That's
stuff.
what we do.
Yeah.
That is how we do it. Also, check out our second channel. Please, if you can, subscribe to that. That's where you'll find more of our video content. So episodes come out on this channel. Our second channel will have battle reports and read-throughs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so if we ever do a County Road Z battle report,
It'll be on that.
It'll be on that. So give that hit the bell or whatever you do, so
Yep.
that you know about that when that happens.
We are slowly transitioning a few of our videos over to that one. Like the read-through will be on there. If it's not on there already, it'll be on there very soon.
Yeah.
I'm moving that over and doing a few things like that. So yeah,
Sick.
so check out that channel. Massive thank you to all our patrons. Hope you guys are enjoying what we do, and without you guys, we wouldn't keep doing what we're doing. Massive shout out to you. We've got Burnsy, Final Dinosaur, Lethal, Gridlock, Axe, Annex, MJ, Wack the Ewok, Test Dummy, and Black Apollo.
We got Brad. You're okay, bro?
Yeah,
You're
running out of
right.
breath, bro.
You've been running from zombies all day.
So many. Black Apollo. Shout out to you, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon W, Moose, Elko, Churchy, thanks, Churchy. Red Rooster, Ollie, Hockers, Penny, Aggro, Don Hua, Don, Pure Blind, and Big Roach, the biggest of all the roaches. Thank you all so much. Stay safe out there. Pack your bug out bag and bring an extra bandage.
Yeah, don't take a camo net. What was I thinking?
It's funny, if you had have tried to push past the zombie, your camo net would have got stuck and you would have died. Just so you know, that was
What if I climbed on the roof?
with what? Oh, so if you climb on the roof,
I would have needed.
this is you guys can tune out. This is what happens. This is an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Wow, you can see your house from here. It's that big pillar of smoke. You knew you should have turned off the stove. Caitlin's going to be pissed. Anyway, do you hold up here for a day or so and wait for the zombies to forget about you? Do you jump down and book it in a spot where there are no zombies?
Well, yes, I broke my leg if I jumped down.
Do you try and start a new life for yourself as some sort of rooftop gremlin?
Yes.
The gremlin?
Yes, the gremlin.
Life is good up here. You make all the rules, and unless they learn to fly, you don't have to worry about zombies. You watch the birds fly by as if nothing is happening. It's peaceful and perfect. You just wish you had packed some food. That's what happens.
What if I made friends with the bandits?
Oh, they cook and eat you.
What if I punch the biggest one?
They cook and eat you.
This choose your own adventure sucks.
But when they're cooking you and eating you, I've got to find it. You can't help but think to yourself, why are they doing this? They have 4 trucks worth of food over to the right, and that's all. So, anyways, I had lots of scenarios mapped out for you.
What if I tried to fight the horde? This is going forever.
Yeah,
thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a penny town